Today's episode is pure fire. From Monisha's evil trap to Poorvi's unexpected move that turned the tables completely. Kushi risks everything to warn Poorvi about RV before it's too late, but destiny has its own plans. At the hotel party, Poorvi and RV steal the spotlight. But little do they know, Monisha's poison plan is already in motion. Poorvi collapses, Monisha sneaks into RV's room, and what happens next shocks everyone. As the police storm in and RV lands in jail on his own honeymoon. But Poorvi isn't backing down. She gives Monisha a reality check right inside the police station, saying good always wins over evil. Meanwhile, Deepika tries to fix things, the family panics, and Dadi reminds Poorvi, RV's respect is your respect. And just when you think things can't get messier, RV turns his anger on Poorvi and vows revenge once he's out. So what will happen next? Will Poorvi save her marriage or walk away forever? And will Monisha's lies finally be exposed? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for daily update. Now let's dive in. The episode begins with Poorvi noticing Monisha secretly talking to a waiter, suspiciously instructing him that nobody shall know. Curious and uneasy, Poorvi decides to observe her more closely. Monisha, driven by jealousy, plots to harm Poorvi, determined to remove her from RV's life and reclaim her place beside him. She schemes to have a tablet mixed into Poorvi's drink, planning to kill her slowly for marrying RV. Meanwhile, Prachi returns home, where Manpreet and Ashok try to make her eat. As they talk, news of riots on road number 5 plays on TV. Worried, Prachi calls her friend Tashu, who reassures her and explains her own unique friendship-based marriage. One built on trust and mutual respect, not romance. Prachi reflects on her past with Ranbir, visibly moved by Tasha's words. Elsewhere, RV and Poorvi attend a dinner event together. The waiter teases them about not holding hands, and Poorvi smartly explains that RV has a cold, to protect his image. Their light-hearted exchange catches attention when the host invites all couples to the dance floor. RV and Poorvi share a dance, their chemistry visible even through their arguments. Poorvi teases him, while RV insists they must keep up appearances for Dadu and Dadi. Watching them dance happily, Monisha burns with anger. Her jealousy intensifies as she sees how naturally RV connects with Poorvi. She takes a call from Deepika, who warns her to calm down, especially after Harleen's polite but serious warning. However, Monisha refuses to back down, vowing to call Kushi and continue her plan to disrupt the couple's moment. The waiter, though skeptical, plays along, thinking Monisha is simply acting out of love. But Monisha's true intentions are far darker. She wants to destroy Poorvi completely. Broken heart Kushi's worry and determination. Far away, Kushi grows restless. Her heart tells her something is wrong with Poorvi. She decides she must warn her sister before RV destroys her life. With urgency, Kushi tries to book a flight to Mumbai, but every night flight is unavailable. Only a morning one remains. Just then, Arman enters and questions her sudden plans. Quick on her feet, Kushi lies that their mother is unwell, and that since Poorvi is newly married, it would be inappropriate for her to go. Arman agrees, telling her to stay calm for the night while he arranges her morning flight. Kushi nods, but her mind races. She knows time is running out. At the party, the music begins. Monisha, wearing a mask, steps directly in front of RV as if she's his partner. Poorvi notices the woman's boldness and quietly decides not to dance with RV, unaware it's Monisha behind the mask. RV, unaware too, dances with Monisha. When the partners rotate, Poorvi and RV end up together again, moving gracefully and naturally. Their chemistry captures everyone's attention. When the dance ends, the manager announces the winners. Monisha confidently steps forward, certain she'll be chosen. But to her shock, RV and Poorvi are declared the best jodi. The audience cheers for their connection and chemistry, calling them the perfect pair. Monisha's face darkens with jealousy. She clenches her fists and vows that if she can't have RV, Poorvi won't either. The poison takes effect. When the waiter serves water, Monisha's trap is ready. The drink meant for Poorvi contains a tablet that will make her faint. But when RV jokingly takes the glass first, Monisha panics internally. Poorvi grabs it back and drinks it, unaware of the danger. Moments later, Poorvi feels dizzy and weak. RV mistakes her discomfort for playful teasing, but she insists something is wrong. She excuses herself to the restroom to wash her face. Monisha smirks. Her plan has succeeded. In the restroom, Poorvi collapses unconscious. Monisha follows her, confirms she's out cold, and whispers, "This is your real place. Now RV will be mine." She leaves Poorvi on the floor and rushes toward RV's honeymoon suite, ready to take advantage of the situation. Monisha's desperate move. Meanwhile, at home, Vikram and Deepika share a light-hearted argument. When Deepika receives Monisha's call, she steps aside to answer. Monisha excitedly tells her everything, how Poorvi fainted and that RV will soon be hers. Deepika, though worried, can't help smiling at her friend's excitement. Back in the suite, RV waits for Poorvi, unaware of the chaos unfolding. When the doorbell rings, he assumes it's her, but Monisha appears instead. She makes up an excuse to enter, claiming she needed to talk urgently. RV, visibly tired, tells her to leave and speak in the morning. But Monisha refuses to go, pretending concern and offering to massage his neck. RV immediately stops her, reminding her that he's married and what she's doing is wrong. Monisha ignores him and insists they'll be married soon anyway, calling Poorvi illiterate and undeserving. Her desperation grows. She clings to RV, grabbing his shirt and forcing herself close. RV loses patience and pushes her away, warning her not to cross limits again. Poorvi awakens, and the police arrive. At that moment, Poorvi regains consciousness in the restroom. Dizzy and weak, she vomits and suddenly recalls Monisha's earlier conversation with the waiter, realizing she has been drugged. Horrified, she rushes to the suite, desperate to stop Monisha before she destroys everything. As Monisha continues to argue with RV, Poorvi knocks on the door. Monisha screams that she won't let Poorvi come between them again. Just then, the door bursts open, and the police enter. The inspector asks RV if Monisha is his wife. The manager clarifies that his real wife is Poorvi Malhotra. RV demands to know what's going on, but the inspector replies, "The caller told us everything, and she was right about you." In a flashback, it's revealed that Kushi had called the police, ensuring her sister's safety before leaving for Mumbai. RV stands in shock, Poorvi trembles at the door, and Monisha's face turns pale. Her entire plan has fallen apart. The inspector questions RV about Poorvi, asking if she is his wife. To everyone's shock, RV denies it, creating tension and confusion. Poorvi, feeling hurt and guilty for doubting RV earlier, worries that something might have happened between him and Monisha. Meanwhile, RV lashes out at the hotel manager for calling the police. The manager insists he did so because RV's wife was outside while another woman was inside the room. The inspector accuses RV of immoral behavior, while Monisha pretends to faint. Poorvi arrives, stunned to see the police. Despite her attempts to calm the situation, RV argues with the inspector, leading to his arrest. Poorvi is deeply troubled, thinking about how this scandal could affect their family's reputation. When the inspector orders RV and Monisha's arrest, Monisha arrogantly demands apologies from the officers, claiming they'll regret arresting her. Her attitude backfires as the female constable mocks her, saying she deserves to be sent to a mental asylum instead, before dragging her to a cell. Inside the police station, RV continues to defend himself, but the inspector mocks his character, after finding him half-dressed with Monisha in his room. RV suspects that Poorvi must have tipped off the police, vowing not to forgive her. The inspector writes in his report that RV was caught in a compromising position, humiliating him further. Elsewhere, Vikram tries to get close to Deepika, but she rejects him angrily. He storms out, while Deepika worries about not hearing from Monisha and decides to call her. The inspector answers Monisha's phone, shocking Deepika. When she learns that her sister and RV are under arrest, she rushes to the station. In the meantime, Poorvi calls RV, pretending to be unconcerned. She taunts him for spending the night in jail, saying he needed this humiliation to bring down his arrogance. RV angrily accuses her of being responsible for the police raid, but she ignores his rage and mockingly tells him to ask Monisha to apply ointment to his wounds. At the police station, Deepika pleads for Monisha's release, claiming RV is her brother-in-law. The inspector mocks her, saying both sisters are arrogant and that Monisha was caught red-handed. Deepika begs for leniency, but he refuses, telling her to bring a lawyer if she wants them out. She worries that if her mother finds out, all hell will break loose. Back home, Harleen informs the family that Deepika called to say RV and Monisha are in jail. Dadu and Dadi are shocked, questioning how Monisha ended up in RV's hotel room during his honeymoon. Harleen decides they must all go to the station immediately. Before leaving, Dadi calls Poorvi, demanding answers. Poorvi admits RV is in jail. Dadi scolds Poorvi, insisting that she must go and bail out RV, reminding her that his respect is her respect and that of their family. Though hesitant, Poorvi finally agrees to visit the police station. Dadu tells Dadi to stay back and pray, while he reads the Hanuman Chalisa before heading to the station himself. At the police station, Poorvi confronts Monisha, furiously accusing her of shamelessly entering RV's hotel room and trying to ruin their marriage. Monisha arrogantly tells her to stay in her limits, but Poorvi boldly responds that Monisha has crossed every limit. She then exposes Monisha's failed plan, revealing that she overheard her talking to the waiter, deliberately drank the spiked water, and later vomited it out to avoid fainting. Poorvi declares that good has triumphed over evil, pointing out that Monisha's schemes have landed her in jail. Monisha snaps back, calling Poorvi small-minded, but Poorvi fires back, saying that Monisha should look around and realize where her wrongdoings have brought her. When Monisha tries to blame RV for coming close to her, Poorvi stops her cold, saying she knows RV would never cross that line and that if he wanted to, he would have done so long ago. Poorvi firmly warns Monisha to stay away from her husband and her marriage, saying she will forget all relationships if Monisha tries to come between them again. Monisha mocks Poorvi, saying RV only married her out of pity, but Poorvi stands strong, insisting that their marriage is real and that she will never let anyone play with her husband's name. Monisha threatens her in return, but Poorvi ends the conversation, saying she has no interest in wasting time on her. As Poorvi leaves, Monisha fumes, wondering why Deepika hasn't arrived yet to help. Elsewhere, Deepika meets lawyer Rajneesh, asking for urgent bail for RV and Monisha. Rajneesh tells her that no judge is available at this hour and that only RV's wife could have easily secured his release, a remark that leaves Deepika speechless and uneasy. Meanwhile, at home, Vaishali and Jaswant discuss Monisha's reckless behavior, suspecting someone must have tipped off the police about the hotel incident. On the road, Harleen, Harman, Vikrant, and Deepika are on their way to the police station, but their car breaks down midway. An argument erupts between Harman and Vikrant about who should drive, adding to the tension as they struggle to restart the vehicle. Harman receives a call from Jaswant and informs him that they are stranded. Back at the police station, Poorvi meets RV, who immediately accuses her of enjoying his humiliation. Poorvi retorts that he makes mistakes, and she suffers the consequences. When another inmate asks if she is RV's wife, RV denies it, but Poorvi confidently says yes. The inmate jokes that only a wife can insult a husband so well. The argument escalates as RV blames Poorvi for his arrest, while Poorvi reminds him that Monisha was the one caught in their honeymoon suite. She insists she came to help him, but RV rejects her support, accusing her of betrayal. Poorvi stands her ground, refusing to accept guilt for something she didn't do. Meanwhile, Monisha stews over Poorvi's words inside her cell. When a new female inmate is locked up beside her, she demands to be shifted elsewhere, creating another scene. The constables mock her arrogance and lock her up again despite her threats to take them to court. In her frustration, Monisha calls out to RV for help, claiming that Poorvi came to mock and humiliate her. RV's anger reignites, and he vows that once he gets out, he will teach Poorvi a lesson, setting the stage for another emotional clash between the newly married couple. Thanks for watching.